Hello. So this week we're talking about core strategy statements and the magic layer, which I love that name. This is all coming from this week's work is mostly coming from content strategy for the web. Um, and it all starts on page 95 and that's where I got this graphic about core strategy, the substance, the workflow, the structure, and the governance, which we can talk about a little bit now. So core strategy is basically, I don't know, I think of it kind of like a mission statement in a way. It's that central idea about what the company stands for and what we're doing here. That therefore, when you're deciding what content should stay or go or what needs to be added or taken away, it all has to do with that core strategy or central idea and culture of the company. So then from that, things kind of get built on top of that. So how does the workflow relate to the the content that you're putting on the website? Where does it need to be? How does it need to be organized for the most efficient flow of information? And each stakeholder is going to have a different idea about what that is and what should be featured more, like whether it's sales or whether it's customer service or whether it's the blog that gives the narrative and the story of the company. Everybody's going to have a different idea about that, and so that's where, as a content strategist, you need to enlist others in the organization to decide what is most important and how that should be organized on the website. So in order to do that, we'll come over here to the research magic layer and content graphic. And so you're going to do all your research, all your interviews, finding new information, getting everything put together. And then the magic layer, which I think is great that they actually call it that in content strategy for the web, because even when I was doing this kind of for fun for myself, I always said this is where the magic happens, and it really is, where you take all the research and then you make it into content, things that people want to engage in. So that's a little bit magical. Um, Getting your message together, figure out who your audience is, and then making that message appealing to them. And so that is what actually creates the content. And let's see what else here. That's how you move beyond the magic layer, finding out what your message is, who your audience is, and then finding out, do they like to read a lot? Would they prefer video? Um, how do they want to be spoken to? What's their level of understanding of your company? You don't want to use too much jargon, but for some audiences, you might want to use a little bit of jargon so that they know that you're actually speaking to them and they feel like you understand them and their experience, and that makes your information that you're giving them more valuable. So those are the things to look at when creating content, taking into account your core strategy and workflow, and using the magic layer to sprinkle your magic on it and make it all engaging and great to look at. Thank you.